I can't believe he's just going to leave me sit here in the corner like that. Used me for over 2 years, and now it's been 2 months since I've been touched. I can't believe that. That's how it always happens. A newer model or something better comes out, and it's over. Now I'm just a backup whenever he needs me on call. Can you believe that? Hey everybody, welcome back. This has been a long requested video ever since I started showing off my HPA air compressor. And I got some good news and I got some bad news, but overall this is a great little compressor. So I'm going to share with you my thoughts on it and a little bit of a review since I've had it for over 2 months. So as always, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I truly appreciate it. Let's get into the video, everybody. Okay, so I figured I'd let you guys have the bad news first, and it's really not that bad. But the thing is, I ordered this off Amazon a little over almost 2 months ago, and currently it's unavailable. But I did also find the same exact model on eBay for a little bit less, and the shipping to United States here, or North America, is about 2 weeks out. So I paid around $300 US for this, and the one on eBay is around $215 US plus shipping to North America. So that's the bad news to start off with. Other than that, let's get into the good news. So let's go over some specs of the HPA compressor real quick. As you can see, it has a temperature gauge display right there, and yes, that is accurate. That's how cold it is right now. 0.1 Celsius. So that is battery operated. So if you ever have that go out, it takes LR44 batteries, by the way. You have to take this cover off and change that out. But as you can see here, you have your terminals, your power, your negative and positive to go into to power up the compressor. You have your power button for the actual compressor, and you have your power button for the fan. This is all a manual setup. There is no auto switch or anything like that, so you have to watch what you're doing. You have to watch what you're airing up. But the good thing about this HPA pump or compressor is that it's slow. So very rare would you ever have something happen if you weren't paying attention to it. Not saying it couldn't happen, but it doesn't air up your air cylinders or paint bottles or anything like that, whatever you're going to air up, very quickly. So that's the good side is it's not going to be quick if something happens. It takes its time. It levels out the pressures. You have your pressure gauge right here. You have a carry handle. And again, it's all manual. You have your pressure release here. You have to make sure it's tightened all the way in to start airing up. And then let it go. Screw it out to relieve the pressure in the fill whip, which it does come with. As you can see, you have a quick disconnect fitting here. But other than that, it's a good little compressor. Now, to get into the actual specs of this, of airing up something, it is oil and lube free. Again, 12 volt, 110 or 220, which I'll show you the transformer it came with. Everything you need to air up a PCP or paintball bottle or anything like that that requires HPA air, this will do it within its limits. So I'm going to talk about that now. Okay, so the limits of this is 300 bar or 4,500 psi up to a 600 cc cylinder. So that doesn't matter what it is. If it's 600 cc's or less and it requires a 4,500 psi pressure or less, this can do it. But again, this is really slow at airing up compared to a bottle or a scuba tank or SCBA tank. This is really slow. So, but with that said, if you have a low pressure, small air cylinder air gun, this can fill it up within a couple minutes. For instance, my Beam and Chief, my Diana Storm Rider, my Crawl MP03 puncher breaker, they can be filled up within 2 to 3 minutes. Now on the other end of it, the Venturi Avenger with the 180 cc reservoir, but 4,350 psi fill, it takes it a couple minutes. I think when I first got the gun and I aired it up with this, it took almost 10 minutes to air it up. But it's because it was really going all the way up to that pressure of 4,350 psi. So again, it's slow, but it works. And again, it's got a manual switch and a manual fan. I run both. It recommends in the instructions to do that. So now, let me show you the accessories it came with. As you see the compressor here. So as mentioned, it comes with a fill whip. And in here, it does have a filtering system, and this is pretty much standard on all your hand pumps and stuff like that, but it's not a desiccant. It's just either a cotton or fiberglass filter like on a cigarette. As you can see there, you got to take all this apart to replace it. I have not done that yet, but one tip I do recommend when I'm airing up something is have the whip higher onto your air gun versus the compressor. That way, even though the air's going up, the liquid is staying down. You're creating a drip leg. Okay, next up is the transformer that this comes with, and as you can see, you plug this actually into the wall itself, and that's what powers the compressor. And you have instructions here, and it says 115, 230. If you have a 115 or 110 outlet, use that. Make sure that the little button in here is pointing that way, and if you're going to use it for 230, point it the other way. So just double check. This one already came set to 115. But then you take your wires here. Mine were already screwed on. A lot of people, I believe, I read reviews of this, had to do this themselves. So as you can see there, it's not that difficult. Just make sure you put the wires on the correct one. Negative, positive. And with that said, the red one goes to the red on the compressor, and the blue one goes to the black. So that's how you can turn this on using AC power. Now to run the air compressor out in the field off a 12-volt car battery, you would bring your clamps that it came with so you can directly connect to your car battery. As you see here, red is positive again, and the blue is negative. And then you just connect it directly to your car battery and air it up that way. Okay, so you can hear the pump running, the air compressor. That's how loud it is, airing up an air gun or a bottle. Again, it's just really slow because it's such a small unit. That's really about it. So again, this is my review of the TUXING HPA compressor. A lot of people called it the Hotsun clone, the Hotsun Spark clone. And you can see the temperature went up because of it actually running. That's the temperature of the compressor itself, which is cool. But other than that, like I mentioned, guys, it's just really slow. And if you're okay with that, which I was, that gave me time to reload magazines as I'm watching my air gauge on my gun and on this at the same time. There you have it. And a lot of people have requested this. Again, it's a self-contained unit. No oil, anything like that. And it definitely works. And I've been airing up my air guns again for the past 2 months with it. I haven't hand pumped lately, so it really helps out when I'm trying to hurry up and get videos done and get some shots on film without having to make sure my air gun's aired up with the hand pump. So there you have it. I appreciate you watching as always. Hope to see you guys on the next one.